Sometimes you may not be satisfied with your life, believing that others live a better life full of happiness and comfort. Perhaps after hearing this story, this wrong belief will change. One day there was an owl who was not completely satisfied with her life. She used to compare herself a lot with other birds and focused a great deal on her faults. This made her very sad. One day while she was perched on top of a tree, she felt so overwhelmed that she cried. Under that tree was an old man who possessed great wisdom and broad intelligence. When he heard her crying, he asked her about the reason. The old man said, "What is the matter, my friend? Why all this sadness and crying?" The owl replied, "I am tired of my life, sir. I feel hopeless and frustrated, especially when I see other birds. People are all pessimistic about me. They think that I bring bad luck and evil. If this is my life, then death might be better." When the old man heard this, he felt very sorry for the poor owl and said, "We must be satisfied with our lives as they are, and we should not make such comparisons. The lives of others are not as beautiful as ours." But the owl was frustrated and in extreme sadness and pain, so she could not stop crying. The sheikh's compassion increased, but he was determined to help her, so he decided to use another method. Then he said, "Don't worry, my friend. I have a strange ability. I can turn you into any bird you want." The owl was surprised by this offer, but her heart was filled with hope. Then she said, "I want to be a swan." The sheikh smiled and said, "Well, this is easy, but I want you to go first to the goose, then ask her how happy she is. I will wait for you back here." The owl flew into the sky, searching for the goose, until she saw one swimming in a nearby lake. She approached it and said, "How beautiful you are, goose. Your feathers are so white, like milk. Your appearance inspires happiness and peace. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But the goose replied with extreme sadness, saying, "You are wrong, my pet. I am not happy. Look around you. The world is full of beautiful colors, and I do not own any of them. I think the parrot is the happiest bird." After hearing this speech, the owl flew back in search of the parrot, eager to meet him and talk to him. When she finally found him in the zoo, she said, "How beautiful you are, parrot. You are full of bright colors. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But the parrot looked sad, saying, "No, my friend, you are wrong. I am not really happy." The owl was very surprised by the parrot's words. Then she said, "If you are not happy, then who is the happiest bird?" The parrot replied, "I thought about the matter very carefully. Then I looked around in this garden, and noticed that all the birds were caged with me except for one bird. And that bird is you, O owl. So, if there is a bird that people do not try to catch and put in a cage, like us, then without a doubt, it is the happiest bird in reality." The owl was very surprised by the parrot's words. After these words, the owl wished to stay the same, to fly high in the sky freely and to go from one place to another without fear. The owl returned to the sheikh and said, "Sir, I want to stay an owl. There is no need to turn me into any other bird, because I learned an important lesson today." Finally the sheikh smiled and said, "You have made the best decision. If we look in life, we will find that this problem is very common among people. But in reality, wishing for what others have and making such comparisons may have a negative effect on us because of the sadness, despair, and great frustration it brings. So we must focus on ourselves only, and strive to develop and move forward with steady steps. We must learn contentment and satisfaction with what God has written for us, and we thank Him for the blessings He has bestowed upon us. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, do not be stingy with liking and subscribing to the channel, as this motivates us to always provide the best.